Thinking with a Twink. This is episode 4, and as you can see, I'm once again reconnecting with nature. Because my roommate is once again still asleep at the bright time of 10 o'clock. Um, so today, the topics we're going to go over are Transformers 1, because the last episode I said I wasn't going to go into Transformers rant. This episode I will. Um, a Hear Me Out presentation, because if you're online, you might have seen them like "Hear Me Out" cakes, where people are putting like characters they find hot, like "Hear Me Out," they're like very like odd or strange characters. And then the third topic, I had it in my mind. I believe it was also again about Tyler Creator's new album, because I re-listened to it and I caught on some stuff that I didn't pick up the first time, and just a few other stuff. So I think like the first sections of all these, I'm gonna do like a funny little quote unquote bit, like the last section being the not bit like thing before I get into like topics. Like the last section was the inspiration section. Um, this section will be the hear me out section, and then next video will be like maybe it'll probably be like the weirdest people I've been told I look like or something like that, because I get told I look like a lot of people because a white guy with curly hair. There's so many of those in the world. Like, I hear a new one at least every month. Anyway, let's get into the Hear Me Out presentation. I'm going to minimize myself again. Pull up the PowerPoint. Jarvis, pull up the PowerPoint. So, Hear Me Out by Chewy. First character, Kate from Alpha and Omega. Now, I do want to state before I start anything, I am not a furry. Uh, but you just got to hear me out on this one. Now, I know what this looks like. Chewy, that is a fucking animal. Just hear me out. That's the point of this. You don't understand. Okay. I can't really defend myself on this one. This one's weird. Weird. I just remember watching this younger, and just the one scene where her and the gray wolf. This is basically just Romeo and Juliet, but wolves. Um, and they like had like some like poison powder like affect them or something. I don't remember, but they were like in a cave and they hit like a mushroom and it like made them. They got high off shrooms or something, and they started acting like all like high and stuff, kind of like this scene in Madagascar where they get shot by the darts and then Mr. Candyman starts playing, kind of like that. But then they start like flirting and stuff, and I was like, I wish that was me. Also, she has a wolf cut. Next character, Kirby. Now this one is going to be like another like, yo, that's a whole ass animal or creature. That's a little weird, dude. Um, but this one like Kirby like, let's pull up the picture. Yeah, Kirby's like can absorb powers in John. So like, what if they like absorbed like, what if Kirby like absorbed Timothy Chalamet and is like has the powers of a twink now? Like that'd be pretty cool, right? He could like absorb powers and ish. There's just a lot of John he could do. Um, there's also Pink. You remember one of my like past videos? I said, what did I say? I said if it's pink, it's for me or something like that. I don't remember. I said something like really weird. Local maintenance guy just passed. Um, next character, Reze from Chainsaw Man. Uh, this is kind of a spoiler for Chainsaw Man if you're not caught up in the manga. Uh, if you aren't, skip to. I'll provide the time and post. If you are caught up or if you don't care, this is Reze from Chainsaw Man, and you're probably Chewy. That is not a human. It is a human. It's like the same kind of thing as Chainsaw Man going on. Is like when she like pulls the strap on her neck, she turns into a bomb. It's kind of cool. You just don't get it. You don't get this vision. Um, Gaslight gatekeep girl bomb. She's also like employed. Like, well, she was employed. Like, hardworking woman. Who doesn't love that? And then she tries to kill Denji. Who doesn't love that? And she's also a bomb. Like, that's a bombshell if I ever seen one. Like, anyway, X character. Iron Golem. Um, Now this one's another really. It's kind of a stretch, but like, just look at him. He's sweet. Looks like he has sweet intentions. He has a little giving you a little flower. He has big dick energy, and he'll probably take care of me when we're done. Like, he probably has like a good aftercare routine. Like he's got the towels all set up. He's going to give you like snacks when you're done, or like pull up a movie or something. He's going to take care of you when he's done. He just seems like a nice guy. A nice guy that will provide. Next character, the Squid Sisters from Splatoon. Ooh, you're probably gonna be like, Chewy, what the fuck? Um, One, their music slaps. One thing about I'm pissed like the Splatoon soundtrack is not on streaming. Like I gotta go to YouTube to listen to it. Like I cannot listen to the Splatoon soundtrack while just like walking or playing games. I gotta I can if I'm playing games. I can just pull it up on YouTube. But I can't listen to it while I'm just on Spotify or something. And that's so sad to me because the Splatoon soundtrack is so good, which I'm pretty sure just like I think it's their own language. I don't remember, but it's just good. Anyway, in I think fourth grade, like I mentioned in other videos, I grew up in like a Christian household, so I couldn't play like mature games, teen games, like at a young age, like a lot of kids did. Like I know a lot of my friends like grew up playing Call of Duty. I didn't. I grew up with Splatoon. I'd like wake up every weekend, fourth grade, assuming like I had good grades at the time, and I'd be like, "Hey mom, can I go on the Wii U?" And I'll be playing the Splatoon campaign. Because like this game slaps. Like the game series slaps. Like the campaigns are fun. Multiplayer is fun. Good community. Like the battles. The week like this every Sunday. I think they had battles. Like you would pick a team. It'd be like a question. It'd be like a would you rather. It'd be like I think one of them was like Christmas or Thanksgiving, and Christmas would be red, and Thanksgiving would be like yellow. And then there'd be like it's basically faction wars, weekly faction wars, and you get bonus XP for just participating. Anyway, the music slaps, everything I just said. I beat this game's campaign multiple times. Also, all the games. Oh, no, I haven't played Splatoon 3. I did play Splatoon 2, which was also a fun game. And it's like it's just a fun time, and they're like cool, and they're there. I know the some other people would say the other two characters from Splatoon 3 or 2. I don't remember. It's the tall DJ that's blue and the short one that's white. I don't remember the names. I think it's Pearl and I don't remember, but I see people say that often. Anyway, next character enough Splatoon. Raven team leader from Fortnite. I don't know. I play System of a Down songs to Reserve. She just seems like she's into that type of stuff. Like I don't know, seems like anti-government or something. I don't know. Someone's slight. The Life of Pierre 4. Um, this one's a little bit of a stretch. If you're a Pierre fan, you know it's coming. If you're not, you don't know what's coming. You're gonna be like, okay, what the heck? Um, it's just purple, and I like purple. That's about it. Next character, Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean. same thing as Iron Golem. He just like seems like he would like be good. Like this is also the second cephalopod on this list for some reason. Uh, and the last, I think I'll say it like that. It's just he's giving Silver Fox energy. I don't know. Anyway, Arachnid from Transformers Prime. Is that a is that a That's technically not a cephalopod. I don't think. Well, it's a robot. So anyway, why did they make the chick Transformers low key bad, especially in Prime, like RC and Arachnid, which in the G1 movie, the 1987 Transformers movie, when they first, well, I think it's when they first added the female characters like RC and stuff. They like really sexualized her, and it was kind of strange. Like she was just like she like got knocked back by an explosion, and she's like laying there like, oh no, like her robot hips and are just like popping out. It's kind of weird. Anyway, next character. Young Obama. He's a good looking guy, and she old Obama too. Like he's still a good looking guy. Like yeah. Next character. Both the main birds from Rio and their owners. Um, anyway, their owners. It's kind of crazy. Like the pictures I put are kind of like parallel. I can't say it. Oh, fuck. Parallels. Parallels. I give up. Why is my hair doing that? Parallels. The pictures are like the same thing, just like corresponding to the birds and their owners, which is it's kind of a cool screenshot. I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, I think the characters like kind of like represent each other as well. Like Blue and I think his name is Nigel. No, Nigel's the bird, the white bird. Um, Blue and scientist guy, kind of like nerdy introvert, and then Jewel and Linda are like more like outgoing, more like girl boss type energy, or whatever. And I I think there's a scene where like Linda was like trying to get through Carnival, and I'm pretty sure like one of the, like they just like talked to her in Portuguese. I'm pretty sure they like straight up just told her to twerk, which is like crazy. That's in a kids movie. But also wasn't the intro song isn't I feel like there's a Sir Mix-a-Lot song in the intro. I think Jump On is in the intro. I don't remember. Anyway, and let's be for real. Name a more iconic duo than a twink and a redhead. You can't. Uh, Next, Lunch Lee. I'd smash, but not in a sexual way. Just destroy it with a fire and a baseball bat. F you, Lunch Lee. Do not feed your kids Lunch Lee, please. Anyway, that is the end of uh, the Hear Me Out presentation. There's some weird ones on there, and I know that. Um, anyway, go on about what I said. We were talking about Transformers One and the new Tyler album because I caught on stuff listening to it again. I think I listened to it 4 times yesterday. I don't remember. Um, First Transformers One. I was like spectacle. Is that the word? Skeptical of watching it, so I kind of like held back a little. But it was while it was like in theaters, I rewatched all Transformers Prime. I started watching Transformers Generation One, the '80s cartoon. I watched a few of the movies, but I wouldn't watch Transformers One because me and a lot of other people had a present like just saw the advertisement and that it just looked bad. Um, like whoever was in charge of the advertisement sucked. Like they only did like B127, is that his name? B237. I don't remember Bumblebee. I don't remember his exact name. Um, Only his like funny moments scenes, which sucked because it looks like Marvel humor. And that blue, it was like trying to think of one of the jokes. I can't really remember the jokes because his jokes were kind of mid. The only joke that I liked was spoilers for Transformers ahead. The only joke that I liked was Aatron because Bumblebee is voiced by Keegan Michael Key from Key and Peele, which I mentioned in the last episode. So, and he's one of his most famous skits is a substitute teacher, where it's a substitute teacher who pronounces all the names wrong. So instead of Aaron, he was Aaron. So and I don't know what Aatron would be pronounced normally. Atron, and it's just Aaron with a T, I guess. So Aaron. So Aaron Tron, a Tron, I guess, like a Thron. Anyway, they only like for the advertisement, like they mostly just did like the funny scenes. Like it's Transformers. No one's watching Transformers for the funny scenes. They're watching it to see fucking giant ass robots beat each other up. Which, if they did that more, would have wanted to seen it more. I saw, I think last weekend, and oh my god, the fight scenes were like incredible. Like I would spoil anything crazy because I know some of my friends who will watch this will probably watch it with me later. Um, the fight scenes were crazy, the action was crazy, the story was crazy. Um, it's a very like simple story, like uh, one big powerful guy lying to the lower ranks of civilization to keep them in power, keep him in power. Kind of like I guess like it kind of can be compared to the Hunger Games, kind of. Um, and just like the chemistry between the characters, like the chemistry between Orion Pax and D16 was good, really good. Um, like a lot of people are saying like they seem more like a gay couple than friends, which I kind of agree with because it's obvious D16 is becoming Megatron. You can't avoid that. That's not it's a spoiler, sure, but like it's kind of obvious from the start because like bro looks like Megatron. He's got the bucket head. He puts Megatronus's Prime logo on his shoulder, which is later the Decepticon logo. Like he's obviously becoming Megatron, and Orion obviously becomes Optimus. So people are saying like when they like realize their like ideologies clash, and they're like saying like that's like a divorce scene, and I was like, I see that. Other chemistry. Sentinel Prime had some pretty good like chemistry between, well, not chemistry, like just good character interaction. Like you could just tell he was like pretentious douche. Oh hey mosquito. Who else? As much as like I like the movie, Alita and Bumblebee kind of blew because Orion was voiced by Chris Hemsworth, which throughout the movie you can kind of hear his voice like slowly transforming into more of like the Optimus Prime voice we know, like more deep, more like sullen. But in the beginning he's like, "Hey Darkwing, I can transform too. Look at this." And that's all that stuff. But then like later he's like, "I am not the leader that you guys think I am. I think you should be the leader." Or something. I don't remember what he said exactly, but he starts talking more like Optimus Prime. Like he's not trying to mimic Peter Cullen's Optimus Prime. He is just trying to like. I think what they're doing. I don't know if they're gonna like bring Peter Cullen into it in the next sequel. Hopefully, it gets a sequel. Um, they're trying to like so like Orion is like the teen version of Optimus. So they're like He's a young adult now, and now in the next movie he will become like full on Optimus Prime, like be the Peter Cullen Optimus Prime. Hopefully, I don't know. Um, that'd be cool. And I can't remember. I'm blanking on his name. It's it's Brian something, and his voice for T16 was really good. Oh my god, my hair. Um, his voice for D16 was really good. Uh, like he had some really impressive moments. Not that I was expecting it to be bad, but then just in comparison, like Scarlett Johansson as Alita One and Keegan Michael Key as Bumblebee, it was literally just their voices. Like I was like, that's Keegan Michael Key, that's Scarlett Johansson, which it sucks because animation is my favorite form of entertainment, and animated movies kind of just blow now because they're not getting like voice actors, they're underpaying the animators, etc., etc. So they're just like hiring like celebrities to do the voices, which they've been doing, but like normally they'd have like voice actors do voices, or at least if it's a if it's an actor, like bare minimum, they'll do a different voice. Like I could not tell it was Chris Hemsworth as Optimus or Orion. I haven't seen enough of the voice actor for D16 slash Megatron's work to tell if that's his voice. The only thing I could recall him from right now is Bullet Train and Eternals. I can't remember anything else he's in right now. But I wouldn't be like, yeah, that's him. But like the other Alita One and Bumblebee, that's literally just their actors' voices, which kind of sucks because like kind of ruins the immersion. Not really, but like when it's like a Transformers movie, at least like when the characters have like celebrity voices, which none of them do. They all sound like their own individual characters. Like the Michael, that's one thing I'll give credit to the Michael Bay movies. Like all the like Transformers like made their own like version of the character besides Optimus. Like it's always been Optimus. Well, no, the Michael Bay version kind of strayed from Optimus because he's like murder, 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 death, death, death at some scenes. Um, like Crosshairs, who was in Last Night and Age of Extinction. He was the was he Irish? I don't remember. He was like, what makes you think you could be the leader? And like scraps with Bumblebee. Um, or who else? Jazz, Ironhide, Ratchet all had like their own individual voices. Like not trying to be like the G1 version. Like they don't have to be like the G1 version. It just kind of sucks. Not kind of sucks. Like well, Scarlett Johansson and Keegan Michael Key's performances was kind of like I saw someone say I was watching a review. This is the first Bumblebee who I wish actually had his voice box removed. Because since the Michael Bay movies, Bumblebee now has a thing where he has his voice box removed and can't talk. Which that was like original. That never happened. Like in the original cartoon, like Bumblebee was very chit chat, but not like annoying chit chat. He was just talking. I mean, they were all kind of like corny because there's like the '80s. Um, but they wouldn't. Okay, sorry about that. Um, they're all kind of corny because it was the '80s and it was different like humor, different writing back then. Um, and that undoubtedly. Um, but like in just this movie, like in his bits were like he doesn't know how to shut up, and like watching the movie, I was like, God, does this guy shut up? Like even Shockwave later comes in the movie, and he was like he wouldn't stop talking, especially when unconscious, and he kept talking, blah blah blah. Also in that scene, Steve Buscemi voices Starscream, which I think was a really interesting take on Starscream. Um, which Steve Buscemi has been in Transformers. He played a day trader in the Last Night. Was the Last Night? It was the Last Night where he plays this like kind of like scavenger Autobot that like just like kind of like sells bits and pieces to Kay Yeager and the leftover Autobots. Like in that movie, he gave them Starscream's head, and now he is playing Starscream. Like that's kind of like cool. Um, I don't know why my program is not fucking opening, bugging me a little bit. Um, what else about the movie? John Hamm's performance with Sentinel Prime. I didn't mention that as a little. Uh, that was a good like he was a good character, good villain. Spoiler alert. It's also kind of obvious that he was the villain. Um, and the thing that like inspired me to talk about Transformers was TF hype guy on Twitter. Like he's not associated with I think Paramount is the one that made this movie at all, but he thousands and thousands of tweets just being like replying to people like, "Hey, go watch this movie. Hey, watch this movie. It's a good movie." Because it's bombing in box office. Not bombing. It's just doing bad. But it hasn't started doing good until like the past like 2 3 weeks, which is all on Paramount's fault really because the advertising sucked. And then they released it last month, the same time the Wild Robot came out. Like, how are you going to release an animated robot movie around the same time the only other animated robot movie is coming out? Paramount, like, are you dumb? Like, that's kind of stupid to me. Like, why? Like, dead ass, why would you do that? And they also didn't release it to like I think UK and a few other places until like a month after the US release. So they had to like all other places that didn't get released at the same time had to like just see avoid spoilers if they even wanted to see it because that advertisement sucked. As I said, they had to avoid spoilers for like a month and a half, which sucks. Which like I think Paramount was like doing it because they wanted to like release it in the UK and UK owned territories, so it would release on holidays, so people would go watch it. Anyway, TF hype guy, go back to him. Some of the favorite tweets I've seen so far is like, I'm at my mom's funeral, and it kind of sucks. I'm feeling kind of down. Anyone know anything that could help me better? And he's like, I'm sorry for your loss. I know the perfect thing that could help you feel better. TF1, make your weekend a TF1 weekend, baby. TF weekend, baby. Um, Another one was like a KSI Stick of It song came out. What a song! I just like a tear just came to my eye thinking about that song. God. And then he replied, "Yeah, this song sucks. You know what doesn't suck? TF1. Go watch it." And then that was just really fucking funny. And another thing about being funny, the new Tyler album, Chromacopia. As I said, I listened to it a few other times yesterday, and I listened to Like Him again. Which first listens, I thought it was like about like an ex-boyfriend, but now I realize it's about his father and his mother like telling Tyler like it wasn't your father that was a bad guy that made bad choices. It was me. And you really remind me of your father, who's a really good guy, and uh, you have like the same build, same personality, same humor, blah blah blah. And if you're a Tyler fan, you know that he actually like kind of started his career out of hatred for his father for just like not being there. Like the song "Answer," um, it was like about him trying to like call his father and not getting an answer, and he's just basically just like he just goes on the mic and just like talks about how like he feels towards his father. Like it's not like pure utter hatred. It's just like, dude, come on, man, you could have been better. There's like well, actually, it is kind of hatred because he calls him the F slur. Like, dad isn't your name. is more fitting. Um, this program like actually gonna piss me off. Save, and that was like, damn, that's like kind of crazy. Which there was already like some really emotional songs on there. I already talked about some of that. I can't remember what I talked about, but like Hey Jane. Is it Hey Jane? Pretty sure. I can't remember right now. Some other ones like God, and like on that second listening, like that kind of destroyed me a little. I was like, damn, because that's really like emotionally vulnerable topic to just not rap about, just kind of sing. And then obviously like it's very beautifully orchestrated with like it has like some synths, backwards drums, not backwards drum, back loop drums. It was like really like I was listening again, walking to and back from class, and God, this is really good. Um, and I'm trying to get tickets for his world tour. I would prefer tour tickets if I can't get them. Oh well, we F it, we ball, because mostly where is it? We need both of those. Mostly, well, the past like few concerts I've been to have all been very much like cheaper concerts, and it's like you're in the pit. Like it's a smaller. It won't be an arena. It'll be a venue, which I just think concerts are more fun at venues or music festivals in comparison to a arena, because like it's like you're experiencing it when you're in like nosebleed seats, but you're also like not just like being in the pit is just like such a different experience than being in nosebleed or like even like seats like right in front of the stage. Like you could see it, but you're kind of just like standing or sitting, while everyone in the pit is like dancing, whatever. Like you could dance, it's just like you're kind of restricted if there's people next to you and you're in an arena that's made for watching basketball and other junk. Close my laptop now. That shit is overheating. Um, because so far my favorite concert experience has been um experience is Little Darky's concert. Like because like the mosh pit there was really fun. Um, everyone was nice. Everyone was kind. Like if you fall down, they'll pick you up. People were like giving water to each other, which I didn't take any water because like that's kind of dumb to take water from a stranger. Me and my friend would go get our own water, like appreciate it, but like we're not trying to get laced or whatever. Um, and it was just like really kind. Um, then most recently, me and my friend went to a JPEG Mafia concert, and I don't know if it's just JPEG Mafia fans are all just like pricks, but that mosh pit kind of sucks. Like no one was like checking if you were okay, but it was also like really crowded. I definitely think that venue was like sold to capacity because like dang, bro, like if you're a minor in Orlando, um and you're at a venue that serves alcohol, they write X's on your hand in Sharpie. Not even like 5 minutes when the concert started, the X's were gone. Because like I couldn't even like get a normally like I'm not like a huge guy, but I could stand my ground in like a mosh pit or whatever, or like at the club or whatever. But like in this pit, like oh my god, I could barely get a footing because like I could only keep like 1 foot of the ground because I could not find another spot for my other foot, and I was basically like leaning on people. Um, and then we only stayed in the pit for maybe like 45 minutes, like 7 8 songs, give or take. And then we stayed the rest of the show like a little further back. And it was like much more like you could observe much more back there, which I guess that like kind of disproves my point. You could just like watch and like feel cool. I mean, have fun, but like it also stink. It stunk. Like um like imagine living with only guys. That would suck, right? Um, and then like if no one cleaned, like no one cleaned, no one showered, no one washed their hands, no one like well they'll flush the toilet, but like no one like wiped down the toilet and like pissed all over the toilet seat, whatever, and like that for like a week. Imagine like what that area would smell like. That is what that concert smelled like. Um, what's some other concert I've been to? Went to the Donda One listening party, which there was some audio issues, so it wasn't like amazing. There were so many people there though. There was Alicia Keys, I think The Weeknd was there, Migos, Jack Harlow, Cardi, uh, Vivi Foreign. I can't remember who else because there's a lot. So like I could like say I've seen Kanye live, but like have I really? Because it was a listening party, and that's like I don't know. You may have seen like the famous clip where he's like chucking a microphone down on the stage. That was from that. I saw Travis Scott earlier this year. Uh, and we were like pretty high up seats, but like it was still pretty fun because he's like songs you could like do whatever to. Um, and it was also really tight because people were like sneaking around. Like there was like three girls. Um, this guy we were sitting next to was like, "Yeah, you could stand here." So like our row was like really crowded, and like I want space because like my shoulders a little wider, and I'm taller, so I like want space. Like if I was shorter, I couldn't do much better, but my shoulders are wider, and like so I'm like kind of like doing like a mini little mosh in stage our row. Um, and I don't know why, but what song was it? It was probably Fiend, and like so much people like took their shirt off, so waving around. I did the same. Like looking back on videos, like my shirt's like around my neck when he was playing Fiend for like the seventh, eighth time, and it was just like really, really silly. Like I mean, I'm not saying like it was weird I did that. I was just like that's just not something I picture myself doing. And just like I just did it in the moment. Um, I've been to Tyler concert, which I mentioned before. I also went to his music festival, Camp Flog which I'm going again next year. I mean this year. Um, last year was the headliners were him, SZA, and the Hillbillies, which is Kendrick and Keem. And oh my god, like I went with my dad, and like I warned him. I was like, when we were going to see Kendrick and Keem, I was like, mosh pits are just going to pop out of nowhere, so like be ready. And like songs that like um, vent, humble, family ties. Like we were just standing there because we had like bags of merch and like literally like fucking family ties show playing and just like everyone just started opening like a bunch of mini pits around us and he's like, "Oh, you were right." Um, who else was there? Lil Yachty and Tizo Touchdown. Lil Yachty and Tizo Touchdown have amazing crowd control. Like Tizo got them to open a mosh pit in the shape of a heart. Yachty got them to open a pit in the shape of a star, which like motherfuckers are intoxicated as fuck there. Like, you know how impressive that is to get them to do it in the shape of a star? And he managed to do that. And he was playing hits. I think he played some Ice Spice songs, which Ice Spice was there too. Um, which she's a performer. Like, so what you want about her music? Like, poop poop, stinky, poo poo, caca. Oh no, I'm a bad bitch, poo poo, ha ha. And then like says that while shaking her butt on stage. Sure, if you want to pay to see that exclusively at an Ice Spice or whatever, you do you, man. But like I just went to see her just to because like who was it? I think Like I had like this bit where it's like, yeah, I'm Ice Spice's biggest fan, and I would like just say that. Obviously, I'm not. Like I had an Ice Spice flag. I would be like, yeah. I have a Munch shirt sweater. Like senior year, me and my friends try to get a picture with the Ice Spice flag with all our teachers. Our theory teacher, he was like, "Who is this?" And I was like, "It's a modern day feminist." Which, oof. I mean, anyway, for this year's Flogna, Sexy Red will be there. I don't know if I want to see Sexy Red. That is one thing I've seen online. Like apparently her concerts oh so stink really bad, and she sells out arenas, bro. Like sure she has some like she has hits, but there's a difference between a hit, a classic, and a banger. Like a song could be a hit because you can shake your butt to it in the club, but like, are you going to be listening to that shit like driving to work or something? Like you're not listening to fucking what is it? I can't think of the name. One of her songs, you know, it was like well, you know, yeah, do with that. I like you're not listening to that all the time. You're listening to that at parties, at clubs, at her concert. That's it. Um, but I guess that could apply to other people like NLE Choppa. Um, which I used to like NLE when he like first started. Um, then I mentioned this on like one of my older videos. Like I went through a phase where I was trying to listen to like uh cool music, like trying to be hood, because that's like I don't know, that's what eighth graders do. And I listened to like a lot of NLE Choppa and Youngboy, and like his music then was like it wasn't like great. I wouldn't recommend listening to it, but it's not bad. Like it's not terrible. Don't ever listen to this. Now his music is like, oh my god, like why are you like it's like just objectifying people. Like sure make me. I mean I know like rap has objectified people for a long ass time. Um, especially women. But like just making music like that is just like so like corny. Like slut me out 1, 2, 3. Uh, what's the other song? I think it's or what? Where it's like I love pills and Percocet. I can't remember the other one. But he's always had lyrics kind of like that. Um, but it wouldn't be the whole song. It would just be like one bar. You'll be like, what the fuck? And be like, okay, this is kind of silly, and then keep listening to the song. Um, and I was like telling my friend, I was like, I hate using this term, but he's basically like a TikTok artist now because like he's like realized like that's what's going to get him views and listens, and like get that bag, bro. But like, damn, like the only like people I could think of are like TikTok artists or like making songs primarily just to blow up on TikTok, or like I mean right now just NLE Chop comes to mind. Um, and there's a difference between making a song that happens to blow up on TikTok and making music for TikTok. Like he's making music for TikTok. That's what he's doing. Like just for people to like dance to on TikTok. Uh, who else does that? Drake has done that a few times. But Drake is like objectively he makes very safe choices with his music. He doesn't try to make bold choices like creative choices. Like the most like outgoing thing he's done for his career is make that honestly never mind, which blew. Anyway, we are at 45 minutes, and I think I'm gonna wrap it up because that is the longest I've gone so far. Pause. Anyway.